Hello everyone, this is my small initiative on sharing the pharmaceutical microbiology experience with everyone, and this is my first video too. So, before we entering into this subject, I would like to introduce myself, Ramasubramanian Sivasailam, Bioeducation Masters in Microbiology from Sri Paramakalyani College, Alwar Kurchi, Tamil Nadu, India. And I have been working in pharma industry last 16 years as a core microbiologist, including API manufacturing facility, contract testing laboratories, and aseptic manufacturing facility. So, let's move into the introduction of pharmaceutical microbiology. Pharmaceutical microbiology is the application of microbiology to pharmaceutical and healthcare environments. Also, it provides knowledge and understanding with respect to the significance of the presence of wide variety of microorganisms and toxins in pharmaceutical raw materials, intermediates, finished products, and pharmaceutical production environments. Also, microbiological control of pharmaceutical products, production environments, and people. Yeah, the scope of pharmaceutical microbiology is wide ranging. However, its overriding function is the safe manufacture of pharmaceutical and healthcare preparation and medical devices. Hereby I declaring that the content of the slides from pharmaceutical books, journals, and current pharmacopoeias, not from any company procedure or policy. So, what is pharmaceutical industry? The pharmaceutical industry discovers drug, develops drug product, manufactures the drug product, and market the drug products for patient use. So, pharmaceutical company may deal in generic or brand medications and medical devices. Now, the various types of pharma industries. First one is the bulk drug pharmaceutical industries, which manufactures sterile active pharmaceutical ingredients and non-sterile active pharmaceutical ingredients, also excipients or chemical manufacturer. And the second one is formulation pharmaceutical industry, which manufactures non-sterile dosages and sterile formulations. So, a different dosage forms. First one we are going to see the sterile formulation, which is called as the parenteral preparations. As the name suggests, par plus enteral, or those which are administered other than enteral routes. Example via intravenous, intramuscular, intrathecal, and ophthalmic and otic preparation. Sterile dosage forms are those which are free from any microorganism, dust, fiber, and foreign particle, and should be isotonic. Sterile dosage form and its required microbiological quality. For all sterile dosage forms, the sterility testing and bacterial endotoxin testing is must one, and based on the formulation we have to perform antimicrobial preservative efficacy test, and if any antibiotics in the formulation we have to perform the antibiotic assay. And the reconstitution studies, this will not be used as a release parameter, but for the regulatory submission and after reconstitution how much time the sample can be stored. So that study needs to be proved through the reconstitution studies. So different non-sterile dosage forms. First one is tablets, the medicine compressed into a disc form. So capsules, the non-aqueous or gel filled in a thin, almost cylindrical container. Syrups, liquid dosage medicine. Suspension, medicine suspended in liquid. Aerosols, medicine filled in pressurized container. Non-sterile dosage forms and its required microbiological quality. For all non-sterile dosage forms, the microbial enumeration test, which is called as total aerobic microbial count and total yeast and mold count, is common. Then based on the non-sterile dosage form, the absence of specified microorganisms such as Escherichia coli, Staphylococcus aureus, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, Salmonella species, Enterobacteriaceae, Candida albicans and Clostridium sporogenes monitoring may vary. Importance of microbial enumeration test monitoring. So if the product having more than expected organism, it spoils the quality of medicine by degrading the active pharmaceutical ingredient and decrease the stability life of medicine. It also causes infectious disease to human. Specified microorganisms or objectionable microorganism. What is and why it is called objectionable microorganism? A microorganism that is undesirable, offensive, arouses disapproval. It adversely affects product safety. It poses a threat of patient infection or mortality, adversely affects product stability. It reacts with or potentially damages container closure system integrity. Now we see about each specified microorganism's gram nature, habitat and threat caused by each specified microorganisms to the patient. First one is Staphylococcus aureus. It's a gram-positive cocci, facultative anaerobe, human skin habitat. It causes infections of the skin and organs of human body. It produces toxins and enzymes that destroy red blood cell and white blood cell. And the most important thing is it is highly resistant to the current antibiotics. So media used for isolation, mannitol salt agar. Pseudomonas aeruginosa, it's a gram-negative rods. Aerobic, it's a soil and waterborne microorganism. It associated with moisture environment. So it causes infection in burn sites, wound, urinary tract infection, respiratory tract infection. The important thing is it is highly resistant to biocides, difficult to eradicate from the origin. So in pharmaceutical industry, the water system, the Pseudomonas aeruginosa creates a biofilm and it is very difficult to eradicate from the water system. The media used for isolation, cetrimide agar. Escherichia coli, commonly we call it as E. coli. It's a gram-negative rods. It's a sewage habitat. It can be an indication of inadequate hygiene practice, inadequate sanitation procedure, and uncontrolled personal movement. It produces enterotoxin, causes fever, diarrhea, and other infections. Media used for isolation, McConkey agar. Salmonella species, gram-negative rods. It's a soil, mainly fecal contaminated habitat, raw material from natural source and animal origin. It produces enterotoxin, causes enteric fever, diarrhea, nausea and vomiting. Media used for isolation, xyloslicin deoxycholate agar. Clostridium sporogenes, gram-positive rods, obligate anaerobes. It's soil, dust, sewage, decaying vegetation and animal source habitat. It produces toxin that causes tetanus and botulism. So presence of widespread nature and survive extreme temperature. It causes polymicrobial infection by promoting invasiveness of other bacteria. So media used for isolation, reinforced Clostridial agar. Candida albicans, it's yeast organism, chlamydospore former, the habitat of soil, water, plant and animal materials. It causes candidiasis in human. It causes oral and vaginal thrush. Chlamydospores are resistant to adverse environmental conditions. Media used for isolation, Sabrad dextrose agar. Responsibilities of microbiologists. In the previous slide, we have seen about the details of microbiological analysis to be performed on different sterile and non-sterile dosage forms. Also, the major activities like water system monitoring, environmental monitoring of production area, non-sterile as well as the sterile production area, monitoring of aseptic area personnel during operation for the aseptic behavior, and the microbial monitoring once the operation completed, disinfectant qualification and validation, Also involved in the validation of aseptic area equipment and HVAC as well as the process validation. Now, the importance of pharmaceutical microbiologist is providing the knowledge and understanding with respect to the significance of the presence of wide variety of microorganisms in pharmaceutical products and production environments. Also, he controls the pharmaceutical products, production environments, and the people. Thanks for watching the introduction video. In the next video, we are going to discuss about the media preparation and microbial culture maintenance. So in that introduction to the culture media preparation, types of culture media, quality control of culture media, validation of media autoclave cycles, test methods and acceptance criteria for the prepared culture media, whole time assessment of culture media, media release and quarantine, maintenance of microbiological cultures, also validation activity required for the environmental monitoring media. Thanks again.